Hurt in a car? Call our sponsor, William Matar. 844-444-4444. With a focus on motor vehicle accidents, the team at William Matar has handled thousands of cases like yours. Let them help you get the money you deserve after a motor vehicle accident. Rideshare, truck, motorcycle, car, only call William Matar. 844-444-4444.
What a game. What a game, dude. Oh my God.
What?
What the hell?
I haven't even gotten unchanged from getting back from the game. I might just laugh for the entire hour and a half that we're about to
jersey.
I don't even. What the fuck did I just watch? What did I just watch?
The greatest hockey game.
Literally the
that
greatest
has ever happened.
The greatest regular season game in probably at least a decade.
I genuinely
At
don't
least
even
a decade.
know.
Maybe in franchise history.
I'm just talking in general, regular season for everyone.
Yeah.
I know the Senator. I was literally thinking this as the game was going. The Senators won a goofy 8-7 one in overtime, but it was against the Kings in November last year. Not with the stakes of this game. Not even close. Not with the dramatics. I don't.
With all the fights.
Are you kidding me? This was the Four Nations game against Canada, wrapped into this a Sabres. I don't even know what to describe it as. What did I just watch? What did I just sit down and watch that in person? I don't. I'm so sorry. I don't mean this to be a dig. Genuinely, I feel awful that you guys were not there for that. I can't even. If I could bottle that up and sell it, the feeling. I don't even which one would I bottle up? Would I bottle up the first period? Would I bottle up the third period? Would I bottle up the feeling that I felt walking out of the arena? I ran into Jesse and some of our friends as I was walking out, and we were all saying our goodbyes, and I couldn't say goodbye. I couldn't hear myself saying goodbye by the end of it.
If I could go back in time, I would pay thousands of dollars to go to that game.
You literally had to. You had to. There were tickets going for thousands. Vegas knew, or Ticketmaster, StubHub, they all knew. They all knew. What was there, a $100,000 ticket or $10K ticket going or something that we found? I thought I saw it was going around.
You feel like those are jokes. I've seen those throughout the season.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Remember all the times we used to talk about how the building felt 20 years ago during the playoffs? Just trying to get back to that. This was that. This was the first of that.
I would be willing to bet the building has never been like that before. That game was a release. That was 15 years packed into one game. All of it,
God, dude. This morning, I was about to pull the trigger on tickets, and I was I was at a Lightning game, and I know it was a big match, but I was I don't know, a little bit of superstition crept in. I'm I can't see 2 Lightning wins in a row. And then I was looking at the Sharks. I'm the Sharks are coming to town. Sabres do well against them. It'd be a good breakup of the week. So I was yeah, we'll just go to the Sharks game. Me and my girlfriend were sitting on the couch, and we were both looking at each other, just dumbfounded. We're why did we not buy tickets to this game? Oh man!
Did you swing momentum? Did you mute the television when it went 7-5?
Let me tell you right now. I was about to in the second, and I didn't. And I rode the period out. And when the third period came up, I was okay, if it starts, because they were on their heels. I was if it starts to get out of control here, I'm going to mute the TV. They scored immediately, muted the TV. Then it just, it started snowballing. They went down 7-5. What was it? It was 6-4 at one point. And then I said to my girlfriend, I was all right, this game, it looks like it's about to be wrapped up. They're kind of just getting hemmed in. Then Sam Carrick scores, unmute, and then 7-5. And I'm okay, now it's over. It's done. It's done. So
So it was 7-5, and then Carrick made it 7-6.
I can't even keep track.
Yeah, actually, what was it? No, Darlene
Derek
made
made
it
it-
7-6.
No, it was Darlene. It was Darlene with 7-6.
Darlene made it 7-6. There's 15 goals. There's 15 goals scored in this game.
I couldn't even keep track. So it was on off until the end of the game. It's crazy.
I shit you not. I was drafting up a tweet. This was my cope. And I don't even think it was bad cope. But when they made it 7-5, especially, I think like some people left the building. Some people did not witness the end of that game, and I almost feel bad for those people, but at the same time, not really. You did it to yourself. I was drafting up a tweet right after the 7-5 goal. I might still have it in my drafts right now because I kept it open for good fortune as the team made the comeback. Yeah, this is how I prefaced it. You know what? I'm at peace with this one, to be honest. They kind of had a bit of everything in this one. You know, you felt the playoff crowd. You played great for the first half of the game. You rose to the occasion with Tampa Bay scumming you every other play. And at the same time, it was a good lesson. Hey, you can't sit back when you go up. Playoff games are going to be like this, where teams are going to give you literally all they have to come back. And I thought it was a bit of a punch to the chin, and it was a good reminder. I was not going to be upset with this loss. And as I'm drafting up that tweet, Sam Carrick comes and scores, and I kept that tweet open. Darlene made it 7-6, and I kept that tweet open, and Jason Zucker starts moving like he's 25 again, roofs it over the shoulder of Jonas Johansson, and then not even minutes later, Josh Doan taps one in. To go up 8-7. I mean,
Dude, I'm
what
not
the
even
fuck?
lying. I was
What?
excited before this game. I was excited to come on here and just talk about my experience in Tampa last weekend. Stole my thunder. It's over. What do I have to compare to now?
Yeah, who cares? Who
Like,
cares,
who cares
about
at this
that?
point?
nobody, other than your food review.
Yeah, I do have one of
I mean,
those. Don't worry, stick around for that one.
Genuinely, that is the best game I think that Jonah will ever be in attendance for, and I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. But
I'm at
I
peace
don't
with
think
that.
you
I
will-
am at peace with that.
Unless the Sabres win a Stanley Cup in Buffalo,
At home.
you
Yep.
will never witness a better game.
I think
Insane.
unless you were in the building for May Day, which was like a 5-2 comeback, I think unless you were in the building for the Ottawa Brawl, which a lot of people might have been there for, unless you traveled to Ottawa for Game 1 in 2006 where they won 7-6 in OT, I don't know if there's a better game, in terms of craziness. Like there's been, I'm sure people will hold Game 5 against New York dear to their heart, Game 3 against Ottawa dear to their heart. If you're in Ottawa for Game 5, but the narrative going into this one, a match for the division lead, and it didn't feel fabricated. It was real. They're in first right now, and Tampa only has one game in hand. So at the
Two.
best they can tie
They got
them,
two.
or
They
two,
still have
now.
two.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you got 2 games in hand. It's a Sunday. It's like a weird 6:00 time. So everybody's gonna be watching, and with what happened in the first period, on top of that, and just to come back for an 8-7 win, I think you can count on one in terms of if you were to rank Sabres all-time games by craziness, that has to be number 1, 2, or 3. And regular
Easily.
season wise, I think it has to be number 1. Even the Ottawa Brawl game. I mean, legitimately, the only thing this game was missing was a goalie fight. The only thing you were missing out on was Luukkonen versus Johansson. And I think we got close to it. We got close
Yale
to it.
got up there.
If Luukkonen got his hands on Hagel, I think Johansson probably would have come down and we would have had something. But some stupid linesman had to get in the way. We were that close. And then on top, then I don't think you can top the Ottawa Brawl. Aside from that. So you take that out of the equation, this is the craziest regular season game they've ever been a part of. Hands down. Hands down. It's not even
Sunday
close.
punch.
8-7.
Sunday punch.
102 minutes
Sunday
of
punch.
penalty minutes.
Does that count the
Unbelievable.
stuff at the end? You probably could have tacked on 20 minutes.
Could have, yeah.
Probably.
I couldn't even see it. It was kind of out of my sight line. I don't know. I didn't see really what happened.
Honestly, though, sitting down for this game tonight, That was the last thing I was expecting. I was just expecting like another, offensive back and forth. And Tampa just came out and they were like, all right, we're going to just try and physically will you into submission immediately. And teams of the past probably just would have went like, oh, all right, we're just going to, take our punches. Not this year. And Logan Stanley up in the press box. I was like, oh my God. If he was down next Tampa game, tickets might be going for hundreds of dollars.
Yeah.
It's at home.
They might. It's in. Wait, hold on. It's in April, right?
Yeah, it's in April. It's April 4th.
It could be. You could be clinched. I mean, you'll probably be playing for playoff positioning, but you could have like
April
a situation where, like, remember Florida and Tampa Bay played each, like was it the preseason game? Wasn't like the last preseason of the game where they had like earlier this year where it was like just pure like scrubs and they just fought for 60 minutes, or they played each other like the last game before the Olympic break, and it was like the same thing. Like, you could have that. You could have like, not like I said, they'll probably be fighting for playoff positioning at the bare minimum.
Mm-hmm.
But if Mason Geertson's on, like, he might be up. Mason Geertson might be up on the roster for that game, purely for that. Like, it's not a joke.
Okay.
Brandon Hagel took like, who did Donlin fight Hagel? Was that who he fought the first? Did he fight him? Who did he fight? Why am I blanking? There's too many fucking fights.
Was it Sorelli? Hold on.
Who did he fight?
I don't know who Dallin. That was
Paul?
Dallin's first ever fight. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
He
yeah.
did
Oh,
not
100%.
want. He did not want to engage.
No,
He got
looked
pulled
pretty
into
rough.
it.
He was like,
We
son
did
of
not
a
win a
bitch.
fight until maybe Beck's won.
No,
starting the
Beck
second.
won that fight. Beck won that fight.
Maybe
100%.
Carrick won the. Carrick was the first one where we legitimately won. Beck kind of just took him down. But the whole first period we did
I
not
think it
win.
was the opposite. I think it was the opposite. I think Beck's was a clean win. Carrick's
I think
was kind
Beck's
of
was
like
a clean.
like even
Carrick just
even-
never got set.
Maybe I
even
mixed
Michael
them up.
Kesselring,
I might be
like,
mixing them up.
I would say he made
that wasn't a fight, but he
made
won
it-
body
made-
positioning.
Yeah, he made
He
a
slammed
business
him.
decision. I was happy with that. I was like, just take him down. We do not need
No,
you.
Dallin was against Radish.
Radish. Okay, yeah. Like, he just kind of got dragged into that, but Brandon Hagel, who should have been fucking tossed from this game, should have been tossed.
that
Like,
was
you
really
cannot do that.
dirty.
Listen, I will be the first to say, if there's any Tampa fans listening in, like, I think the refereeing was a bit in the Sabres' favor tonight. Just a bit. Like, I thought the 5-on-3, which it didn't come back to bite them, like, they probably could have gotten a Sabre in the box out of that. I thought that, on the Doan penalty, wasn't the Doan penalty off like another scrum, or not the Doan penalty, the penalty that Doan scored a goal on, I think that was off another scrum. I do think that Tampa Bay could make the argument that the refereeing was skewed. I mean, what were the power play opportunities tonight? Like 6-2, something like that. I just think a bit, but I will say there's no reason.
Tampa takes a lot of penalties as it is, though.
No, I think it should have been skewed like 6-4, something like that. But there's no reason Brandon Hagel should have stayed in that game. I mean, Dahlin wasn't even
7-2.
Yeah, I mean, Dahlin wasn't even doing his normal like cross check or slashing. Like, he was legitimately just trying to push him off of him, and Hagel grabs onto his jersey, throws him to the ice, and then throws like 2 to 3 punches while he's down. I mean, that's why Luukkonen almost jumped onto him. Like, there's no reason he should have been in that game. That was utterly ridiculous.
That wasn't the only time that happened in the game, too. Like, one of the first scrums, someone was on the ice, and one of the Tampa guys got down and started punching guys. Like,
even the Taylor Radish fight, like he was hitting Dahlin while he was like down on the ground.
Yeah.
I mean,
don't feel
it
bad
all
about the penalties
started
at all.
the hit on Tage.
I don't feel bad. I'm just saying, like, I can understand, like, if you're a Tampa fan, like, why power play opportunities were 7-2. I don't care. It's like the Florida, the no goal, or the goal that Malenstein scored the other week. Like, I don't think that should have been a goal, but fuck if I care. Like, I could not care less.
Yeah, I'll agree with you, but at the end of the day, like, Tampa was the one instigating so much of this shit. Like, I don't think I
100%.
could say
He
the Sabres
started
really did.
it. We were not
100%.
expecting this.
I mean, what the hit on Tage? I mean, that was bad.
Yeah, that was
Two
ridiculous.
guys hit him from
Two
behind.
guys hit him from behind. Yeah, and the whole thing was just so. Again, like, I get it was a big game, big divisional game, huge. Like, Tampa obviously wanted to get back from their debacle at home against us a week and a half ago, or I guess a week ago almost, or about a week ago now. But
It was a week ago, yeah.
Yeah, it was a week ago. But the whole thing, it was like I wasn't expecting them to come out and just start like I don't even want to say cheap shotting, but like they were playing like intensely physical, And there were a couple of bad hits in there too.
Like, throw into this, like, when
This
Tampa
wasn't, like,
was
coming up
making
from
the
anything else.
comeback, they scored 5 goals in a row. They were talking so much shit. That's why there
Nikita
was some more
like,
scrums.
why the fuck? Why was Kucherov going at Luukkonen? Like, I didn't understand that for a second.
Like, I get tensions are super high in this game, but they're talking shit like crazy after their goals, and then like we go up, we're not talking shit. Like it was ridiculous on the side of Tampa. Like respectfully, from you guys have been cup contenders for the past decade.
They've
We're
won
finally
two. Like,
yeah, like we're just trying to make the playoffs the first time in 15 years, and you guys are making a comeback on us, and you're talking shit, doing all this dirty stuff, and like
Yeah, like,
you're
act
trying
like
to
you've
play the
been
high
there.
ground. Like, come on, no, like, come on. Like, you would think we were the inexperienced team in these kind of games with how, or you would think Tampa was the inexperienced team with how they were acting so emotional, which that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I don't think the Sabres were over emotional almost at all, and like you kind of would expect that with us.
Yeah.
no,
Or
I mean,
with
they
where we
didn't.
are with the sold out fans, like
No,
I
Lindy
don't-
Ruff said that in his post game presser. He said, "No, I don't think the emotions are out of check. It's just like
yeah,
you just see
There wasn't.
they're
There wasn't a
reacting to
single
what's happening."
moment. There wasn't a single moment where it felt too big for the Sabres. Like where it was just like, like you can't do that. That's a
Literally,
big moment.
the only thing that I was like, okay, like that was dumb, was Ostlund taking a shot on a high stick. He clearly high sticked it and took a shot, and I was like, okay, that was
Yeah, but
kind of
he's looking
dumb.
away. He doesn't know. He had his stick like
Like,
kind
it's
of
loud,
in the
it was
air.
loud in there.
It-
like
yeah,
I,
he doesn't
maybe
see the
didn't know.
linesman.
That was the only thing I
I
was
think
like,
it hit like his stick was
That was
up,
dumb.
but it was one of those weird ones where it hit. At least it looked to me while I was there, like it hit like close to his hand. So I don't know. I guess that was like the one. But okay, fine. The 20-year-old made a mistake.
yeah,
That was it. Like they were perfect. They were there perfectly in control for that game in terms of their emotions, and it's so funny. I was watching the Canadiens game last night against the Kings, and for anybody who watched it, like it's a very frustrating game when you're rooting against the Canadiens. They were getting outshot like 35-20, and we're down 4-3 with like 10 minutes to go in the game, and they scored 2 straight, ripped off a comeback on the second half of a back-to-back. And I saw a stat after the game that they're leading the league in comeback wins with like 20. And I was thinking to myself last night, I'm like the Sabres never win a fucking game like that. They never like have the dramatic comeback, or like they just seem so out of it. And like it's like that's like the one thing where like if we get into a playoff series against like against the Canadiens, where I'm like I just don't know if they haven't had a big comeback win this year. I'm trying to like really think of one, like a third period comeback multi-goal. Like, was that their first one? I'm trying to think. It might have been. And it's just so funny that 24 hours later, they do that. They pick up the win of the year in the NHL. It was 7-5 with, like, not even 10 minutes to
Like
go.
9 minutes left. Yeah.
6-4, 7-5. And against Tampa Bay? Like, are you kidding? Like, Tampa Bay, they did that against. Tampa Bay.
Thank you so much, Jonas Johansson. The crust loyalty is just unmatched. Thank you. And I saw some
I
comments
thought he was
after the
playing
game.
well.
I saw some comments after
We
the
had
game.
42
like,
shots.
oh, we didn't have Vasilevsky in the net. It's like, dude, we chased him out of the game in his home arena a week ago.
yeah.
I didn't think
Stop.
Johansson played bad until the last like 10 minutes of the game. I mean, Zucker. I mean, it's a breakaway and he roofed it. It was beautiful, but that went in. Obviously, the Carrick. I mean, the Carrick one. I want to give my credit. Shout out to Sam Carrick. I mean, they don't win that game if he doesn't score that. I mean, I know it was a 2-on-1, but it's Sam Carrick, fourth line player, energy guy against Jonas Johansson, and he beat Johansson clean. And that was right after the Tampa 6-4 goal.
Yeah.
I know it was Dahlin's goal that changed the game, but like they don't win that game without Carrick's goal.
I was starting to doubt the team, but then when he scored, I was like, okay, like we might actually do
I was like,
this.
we're in this. Like this is just a wild
Yeah.
game. Like they could do this, and it's just it's insane. Like there it is. There's the comeback win. Like this team has it in them now, and now they have that belief. That was so huge in terms of like if they're in a playoff series against Tampa Bay, that they have that belief. Like we can come
It's like they
back.
have
Like,
it
it
in
doesn't
them.
matter if it's 6-4 or if it's 7-5. They can do it.
We're 2-0-1 against them this year, and I don't want to play the shoulda, woulda, coulda game, but we should be 3-0 against them. We blew that other game with less than a minute left. We're 2-1 against them.
Am I the only one kind of hoping that they kind of lose to them the next game? Because I don't want to. You know what I mean? It's like you know how hard it is.
You don't want to go
like
3-0-1.
Right. It's like if you play a team in the playoffs, it's like you're not going to sweep them, and it's like I don't want them to be like, oh, Buffalo is 3-0-1 against Tampa going to. It's such a weird mental thing.
No, I know the exact feeling.
Like sure.
You know how I was saying. You know how I was saying like a month ago after the Sabres played Carolina in Raleigh, and I was like, oh, that felt like unfinished business. Tonight felt like unfinished like these teams are going to meet in the playoffs. Like it just has that feeling. Like it just has that feeling. I mean, tonight is the type of game where I think literally everybody in the National Hockey League is going, oh, they're the second best team in the Atlantic. Like if they walk into a series, they're gonna be favored.
Yeah, and it's weird to think about like how many execs over at like ESPN, ABC are like, oh, we got to flex some of these games into national broadcast. We've already seen a couple of them.
Sabres Tampa. I don't know what night is that, JP. You said it's April
a Monday
6th?
night. Yeah,
Monday
April
night.
6th, Monday night.
They might flex that. Like TNT or ESPN might try to pick that.
It's
up.
all right.
Would
That
not
might
be
be
surprised if you see that.
That might have division implications. And either way, it's gonna be you're gonna be answering the bell for the Sunday punch that we just watched.
Get Mason Geertsen, Logan Stanley, get all the big boys up here just for that game, just for one game.
I am willing to bet money that maybe we might not see it any other game this season. Logan Stanley and Luke Shen might be in the lineup at the same time for that game and that game.
100%. 100%.
Yep.
How far we've come, man. What a great feeling.
Man, maybe I'm happy they made that trade. Maybe I actually am.
See
I
what
was
I
sitting
mean?
with my dad
It
the
gets you
whole
hyped.
time, and he was like, "See, this is why we need these big tough guys." I'm like, "Well, in these
They did it on their own
Well,
tonight.
yes.
They did it on. See, this is what I've been saying for like so long, and I think I think Jarmo Kekalainen, luckily I think the GM of a hockey team understands this. Like, you can't go out and just get bruisers to change your team. Like the Leafs tried that. They signed Ryan Reeves to a 3-year deal. They signed the enforcer, and didn't like Brad Marchand. Didn't he commit like a high ankle sprain on Timothy Liljegren like 3 months or 3 weeks into the season? And it was this big storyline that nobody responded. Like you can't just add that. It has to come from within. It has to come from the players on the team. It has to come from those guys, and it did. Bowen Byram was Bowen, one concussion away from retirement. Byram was trying to get into a scrap. Josh Norris, I'm like, get out of there, dude, please.
I know.
Not you.
Oh, dude, I was scared.
Norris
He was
lit up
getting
some
into
guys
scrap.
too.
It was
He lit up
Gergensons.
Gergensons.
Yeah.
He took a
Like
big hit
that.
too behind the net, and I was a
Yeah, he did.
little nervous.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
he did.
"Ooh,
I mean-
oh boy.
Think about how far we've come from last year. Half the team was being questioned on why they weren't stepping in for Tage Thompson getting drilled, and now look at it now. Our goalie was almost going in a fight. Like
Nobody's questioning a thing. Not a single
No.
person.
No. And
Sammy
it-
dropped the gloves tonight. Like he didn't
Yeah,
get in
he
an
did.
official fight, but he got into one of those scrums, and he was about to get into a fight.
And piggybacking off of what Jonah was saying about how this is earned, it's exactly why when the Sabres added Mason Geertsen to the lineup early in the season, this is what they thought they were trying to inject into the lineup. Nobody wanted to fight him because everyone was like, "Oh, we don't respect you." It's like you
He
can't
sucks
score,
at
you
the
can't do
sport.
anything.
This
You're
happened
not
with
good.
Dalton fucking Smith 6 years ago against
Yep.
the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Yeah.
They signed him to an NHL contract. He played a minute 20 in the league. What's a plus one?
26.
And minute 26, and he got one penalty, and I don't even think it was a roughing penalty. He didn't get into a fight. Like you can't.
100%
The
goal share,
NHL
though.
does, greatest goal share in NHL history. It does not work like that, where you can just sign some guy who's great at fighting. It has to come from the guys in the locker room, and when your captain, who got dragged into it, gets into a fight, and he didn't win. He looked he looked
bad.
out of sorts. I don't think he could see it. I think his hair was in the way. He still went up and tried to throw a few punches,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like guys take after that. Guys take it within a second. Tage Thompson got hit from behind. Dahlin got into a fight, and then it's like, boom, let's go. It's game time. Put your game faces on, let's go. And that's what happened. Carrick got into a fight. There were scrums literally every whistle. Krebs got into one against Hagel. Like, Hagel's a really good fighter. I mean, wasn't it Hagel? Didn't he like lit Brady Tkachuk up at the Four Nations game? I think it was him.
He's great at throwing punches, whether it's clean or not.
He's great.
Yeah.
Whether you're ready for it or not, he is good at throwing punches.
Yep.
And, then the second period starts, and Kesselring's going against Chernak, who I'm sure it's not in Kesselring's mind, but it wasn't too long ago that guy concussed and a 19-year-old Rasmus Dahlin, and then Beck Malenstein, who I don't even think has like an extended fight history, taking down Corey Perry. Like, fuck yeah, man.
Elder
that's
abuse.
Just awesome.
That was elder abuse. Straight
That's
up.
awesome. I mean, who did Carrick get into it with? Was that Scott Sabrin, I think?
Mhm.
Like, Sabrin
Yep.
gets into fights, and he got muscled down, but that was kind of like the Kesselring thing, where I don't think either guy really like beat the tar out of the next guy.
See, that's what playing as a team, the camaraderie, all of that turns into what we saw tonight. It turns into just sticking up for each other, just the vibes, everything, the bench. This is what it all breeds. This is what a winning culture is built on. This is what we've wanted for such a long time, and we just haven't seen it. And you're right. The building, it was like a release tonight. I wish I was there. I really wish I was there. Damn, kicking myself.
It was just real, like sticking up for yourselves. Like last year, whenever they did something, like it was artificial. Like after the Tage,
Yeah,
was
like remember? Did you remember what happened the game after Tage got hit?
Yeah, someone
Dennis fucking Gilbert got into a fight against Matthew Olivier, got his ass kicked.
Yeah.
And everybody had to stand up and cheer like they were, they had to
Right.
pretend like they were happy what just happened. Like that's
artificial.
That's
It's not
artificial.
real.
That's because you weren't, the games didn't mean anything, and the Tage incident was, it looks embarrassing whether or not, we talked at length whether or not it was actually embarrassing. But, like, from a PR standpoint, it's embarrassing, and you answered the bell because of outrage from fans, not because of what was actually going on in the room.
And we've seen that. We've seen that
bell
before.
because you, yeah.
We've seen that before with the Lucic hit on Miller, and the Drew Stafford got into a fight the next time they played Boston.
Yeah,
Like, it's the same thing.
I think it was Gaustad, too. Like,
Gaustad, sorry,
Gaustad fought Lucic the next home game, like, 2 weeks later. Like, it's what you do in the moment, and that's what you reflects upon the type of culture that you're building, and that's what you saw. That is what you saw tonight, and we don't talk about this much. We're probably it probably annoys people how much we kind of like downplay games like this or play like fighting and grit and toughness and snarl and snap or whatever it is. And but no, it does matter to an extent. There is an intangibility about the game at points, and I think tonight's a perfect example where it's not. You're not going to win the game by fighting, but in the sense you almost won the game by fighting back. And you've cultivated kind of something greater by doing that. The Sabres went toe to toe with Tampa Bay, both on the ice and in the penalty box. We were joking. They lost the 3 fights in the first period. Well, they won the second 2, and then they won the hockey game after they were laughing in your goaltender's face, after they were shit talking you, and there was a scrum in front of the bench. I think after Kucherov's goal early in the game, or early in the third, or maybe it was Hagel's goal when he scored. Like they were laughing in your face, and you could have just, not risen to that, played the rest of your game, but you rose to the occasion. You gave your fans a show. I think, it was funny. Like it was 7-5, and people did leave, but it wasn't a lot. You earned the fans' belief in the first period just by doing what you did, and when Rasmus Dahlin scored to make it 7-6, I think there was they can do this. They might do.
It's like
this.
there's time. There's time. The score bug also on the broadcast left for about 5 minutes, so I was like,
Yeah,
I don't know how
Did it
much
really?
time is left. Yeah, it was
It did.
annoying. The broadcast is on a bad streak, man.
They're
I
on.
don't know
Yeah,
what the
they're having a
hell's going
tough
on.
week.
Yeah.
You know what? As somebody who works in broadcast, I'm sure it was not their fault. It shit breaks all the time. You would be
When
surprised.
it rains, it pours. Yeah,
never
you know?
Yeah, it
fault.
does.
It was always in defense of them.
Yeah, I know.
But I was thinking about the emotions again. I mean, I think at least in our group chats, and I'm sure a lot of other people were saying, like, you know, no matter how this game ends, like, someone needs to, like, level Brandon Hagel or get into a fight with him or do something with him, like, because that was extremely dirty on Darlene. But the team kept their composure and they didn't get any stupid penalties, and they ended up winning the game. Like, when you go down like 7-5, 6-4, and you're probably, you know, starting to think, oh my God, this game might be out of reach. That's when, you know, some teams might take a stupid penalty just to fulfill their emotions against Hagel, and they didn't. Like, it's
The best teams find the balance. You know, everybody
Yeah.
likes to think about, oh, you know, the Florida Panthers, like they're going to go out and just like take out your kneecaps on a nightly basis. And no, like they find the balance. They do the stupid shit without, you know, going too far, you know, kind of, before they go like kind of too deep down the rabbit hole, you know, before they get themselves into a hole they can't climb out of. And it's like, honestly, like Tampa, like you saw that at like their last few playoff series against Florida. Like they're willing to go blow for blow with, you know, the scummy stuff, but they can't keep their composure. And I think you saw that in Tampa, and you saw that to an extent tonight. And the Sabres having, you know, being able to balance that at this stage, I mean, that's big. I mean, there is a possibility, like if you were to put the possibility of them facing each other in the second round, it's like, I don't know, like
90%.
I wouldn't say, not like in terms of like if they win. I'm talking about like, I don't know, like the chance of anything
if everything
happening.
goes right.
It's,
Okay.
Yeah, like it's probably like a 15% chance right now, something like that, like 20% ish. Like it's either them or the Habs, and then then they face Tampa, who plays most. I mean, like I said, I don't think the Sabres are going to win the division. It's incredible. It's fucking incredible that they have a chance, and like I can believe they can do it. But I would still guess Tampa takes it away. And it's if you beat the Habs or the Red Wings or whoever in the first round, then like you're gonna play Tampa, like you're going to, and I think they can beat them, like I do, and I think a lot of people had that belief after Sunday. But Lindy Ruff said in his maybe it was at the morning skate today or the pregame presser or whatever, he was saying we didn't get their A game in Tampa, and that was true. You definitely did not, and you got their A game tonight.
Eyewitness definitely did not.
And you did that. Whatever as Sam Carrick put it himself, I don't know what just happened, but you found a way, man.
I don't know what to do with my hands right now.
I still can't believe what I just watched. I mean, like that's the type of game they will talk about, that like the Ottawa Brawl, I think, to an extent.
That game will be talked about for decades.
I think the Ottawa Brawl obviously has, they've got playoff history there was playoff history before then, and you had the goalie fight, and then you had Ruff and not Brian Murray. Who was behind the bench? Was it Brian? Was it Murray?
No, I think it was.
No, he was the GM. Who was the head coach? Whoever it was.
Brian,
you had him and Lindy. You had him and Lindy, banging on the glass at each other. Lindy falls through the glass into Rob Ray's area. Like, there's that allure. I don't know if it'll be talked about in Buffalo mythos as much as that, but like this is right there. People will talk about, like, oh, I was there for the 8-7 game against Tampa.
If
Brian
we
Murray,
go on a long playoff push, it will get to sort of that level. Like if there's more history added on, especially if we face Tampa and maybe we beat them, like everybody will go back to that game.
Like, oh, that was the start. Like that'll be on the documentary. That type of stuff.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like that game probably just made so many lifelong Buffalo fans. Like shit like that, dude.
Rebuilding the lost generation of fans.
Right when we went down 6-4, and maybe even 7-5, that's like right away when I thought of it. I was like, oh, you had a sold out crowd, and here we go. Oh, it's a Buffalo Sabres again. They just they blew a game. They're up 4-1. They let up 5 unanswered goals, and I think every single fan who watched that game has probably earned the trust back of the Sabres.
I would hope so, man. I mean, when they made it 7-7, I stood up and I was like, this is what the Buffalo Bills do to me every year. They're going to blow this game.
I was gonna bring up the the Bills comparison, but it
It was
felt
very
like
Baltimore. It was very Baltimore-like, just the
it
way he
felt
did it.
Baltimore-like, or a Chiefs-Bills playoffs game, like getting up and cheering after like.
It's
That's
like
how
back
you
in
close
the
it
day.
out, Bills. That's how you close it out.
Do the radio shows tomorrow open up the segment with the Connor McGovern signing?
If I
Taron
hear
Johnson trade.
if I hear more than 5 minutes about Taron Johnson being traded to the Raiders tomorrow, I am pulling the cord on the WGR radio. Now, like, what are we doing?
Cutting
here,
the phone
guys?
lines.
Like, I don't care. Like, I know Sal Capaccio's Bills guy. You better be talking Sabres tonight or tomorrow. You better be doing it.
I can't believe we have to talk about other games that happened this
I don't
week.
even want to. I think we still have like another 20 minutes left of this. There's so much to unpack. We haven't even talked about like the goals. I mean,
How about
like
how
the
about
power play was four goals tonight.
they were 4 for 7?
and their last
After they
four,
started
went
off like
4 for
dog shit.
5.
Let's see if NHL updated the power play standings. I'm going to look right now.
They probably jumped up a few places. I mean,
looked at this like
and
earlier
I didn't
today.
like. I didn't think it was too fraud. Like I thought the power play had a good night. Like I know the last one was a tip shot. I know Tuck's goal was a tip, and I know that Doan obviously put in a tip shot. But I don't know. Like it's still like I thought they had Tampa running around. Doan scored from the below the goal line again. As soon as he did that, Tampa I think suddenly started to respect them a little bit more. And I thought, Tage only had one look at it tonight. He had a one-timer that they perfectly, they got him open for, and he skied it a bit. But, I mean, you had 4 power play goals tonight. I was thinking that when they made it
15th in the
7-5.
league. 15th. They're
In
top
the
half of the
19th
league now.
before the game.
I mean, I was thinking when they made it 7-5, I'm like, I cannot believe the Buffalo Sabres scored 3 power play goals in a game, and they're going to waste it.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't believe. I was like, what are the odds that this team does that?
It's unbelievable. After they start off with a bad 5-on-3, everybody was saying, "Oh, here comes the power play again." And literally, even when we scored the first goal, and I was like, "See, like that's not a good power play goal. Like it's a great play by Josh Dolan, but like it was just a great play by him. It wasn't a great power play goal." And then they score 3 more goals. It's like we've been saying for years, if we just have a league average power
Just
play.
this season. It was funny. Like I think I said it like right after the winning streak ended, or like when they kept winning games. I think I said like this is a 95, 6, 7, 8 point team, and I think if the power play contributes, then they're like a 100-point team. I think that's been raised. We're like their power play still isn't good. They're gonna have over 100 points if their power play is anything like it is tonight. And I know, like, I'm not expecting 4 power play goals a game, obviously, but if it's anything where like you can rely on it, they're like a 110-point team. They are a contender. Like they're a Stanley Cup contender. I think that is literally. I think there's obviously parts of the team that need shoring up, but like if the power play was good, if it was top 10 good, if you took the Montreal or the Montreal power play,
Detroit.
and put it. Yeah, or Detroit. I think
Tampa.
Detroit's cooled off a little bit. Or like, the Tampa. Like
Tampa's
if you had
3rd, I think.
something like that, but like Tampa, you've got Kucherov, and that just changes the whole equation.
Makes it unfair.
Like I think Montreal has like a comparable level of talent, and they just know how to use it much more. Like if you took that power play and gave it to the Sabres, like they're right there. They're right there. There may be like a gap below Tampa and Carolina with parts of their roster. And you saw that tonight. It changed the dimensions of the game. I'm thinking as they're going for that 3rd power play, like if they don't score, they're losing this game. You can't go 0 for 3 in the first period. And they delivered.
Yeah. Like if you were watching that and you're not a Sabres fan, and you saw us score 4 power play goals, but you see the discourse about the power play, you'd be like, what the hell are they talking about?
I
But
heard
it's like
people behind me tonight going, we need another power play. Like, the power play's money right now. And I'm just laughing to myself. I'm like, I can't turn around and say, shut up, idiot. Like, no, he's
Yeah.
kind of right. He's kind of right. They could use another power play. And
it's
that was
just
before
so
the 4th
weird.
one.
It's so weird because they will score their goals, but if they're not scoring on a particular power play, it looks like complete and utter dog shit, and like they don't know what they're doing out there. There's no in between. Like we'd never have a good power play where we get 4 or 5 shots off and the goalie's just making saves. It's either complete dog shit or we score a goal. That's the frustrating part because there's no in between. But if they're gonna do this every once in a while, like fine. But I don't know.
It was such an electric game, and you know what? I also think a little bit was brought on by the goaltending. Like, both goalies were -3+
Yes.
goal
Like I
save
said,
above
I
expected.
Johansson let in 8 goals, so I can't be mean. But when the game was 7-5, I'm sitting there going like, I thought Johansson had like a decent night.
I don't think there were any like weak goals. I thought there was some bad rebound control, especially from UPL. But I don't think any goals were like, okay, how did that go in?
I thought the
second
Hagel goal
one.
was. I thought the Hagel goal was like what? That was juicy.
The
I thought
second goal
even
that-
I know Owen Power put a goal into the net, but Bjorkstrand hit Luukkonen in the chest and it popped
Yeah.
right back out.
Mhm.
I thought
Well, that's
that
what
was
I'm
rough
saying.
too.
He had bad rebound control, but there weren't any ones that like
Yeah.
dribbled through or like.
Well, there was one, I really don't want to blame it on Luukkonen, but it was
Yeah.
that second Tampa goal. I think they clocked it at going into the net at 3 miles an hour off that
Oh,
weird
yeah.
tip, or
I
like
feel
what
like
off a
maybe
skate.
tuck skate.
I know Moser had a clean look, but like I thought like that's a save you can make in tight. I think it went under his armpit to make it 4-3. Like it just wasn't his night, and I wasn't gonna be mad. I was just gonna hang my head on. Well, he had like 7 goals against. I'm like, what, 22 shots? I mean, it wasn't, 9. Maybe like 10 out of 10 times you're not gonna win that game, but you found a way. You got outscored 6-1 at one point during this game. 6-1.
Yeah,
Yep.
man.
We twice had 3 unanswered goals. They had 5 unanswered goals. Like, such a weird game. And our best player tonight, I mean, Bowen Byram, I thought was all over the ice. I thought he was unbelievable. Came in for Dahlin when Dahlin got the was obviously in the box for fighting. Like, he was unbelievable. And I was driving home with my dad, and he was like, you guys didn't want Byron back. I'm like, look, you are right.
You are absolutely
He
right.
has completely turned his game around from the last 2 years with us. He's been
Yeah.
unbelievable this year, and I think tonight was one of his best games. And especially in a night where I think Dahlin was himself. He was very good. I don't think the other two in the top 4 had a good game at all. Sammy and Power, I thought, had very rough games. But the fact that Byram was so good and made up, I think, for those two, like, just, it speaks to having 4 elite defensemen on the team right now.
As it sits right now, the Buffalo Sabres are 11 points clear of being out of the playoffs. 11 points. It is March 8th. March 8th. What a crazy world we live in right now. Go back to November. What were we talking about on here, man? What were we talking about?
I'm
And
just
I'm
getting, I'm
knocking
getting
on wood.
flashbacks.
I am
Sell the
knocking
team.
on wood right now
That's sell the
because
team.
I'm still
Tank.
superstitious.
Yeah. Listen, I can't believe I want to bring this topic up, but like it doesn't mean they're out of the woods yet. Like look at Ottawa; they've had a cursed year despite breaking their drought. Like it can still things can always change, but it's like Jesus Christ, live in the moment. I mean, holy shit!
Of course.
like they're out of they've found a patch in the woods where they can build a nice cabin. I don't know if they're out of the woods, but like they can chill where they are. They're in a good spot. It's
7-game winning streak. Do they have a chance at breaking the franchise record
they
twice?
might, we might break it again. I mean, the stretch isn't. It's not. It's a league of parity, and they're not playing any bad teams. But you've got what? The Sharks, Washington,
Toronto.
Islanders coming up. Toronto on Saturday.
I was comparing
Such a trap game.
our
Such a trap game.
our
Such a trap
schedule
game.
to Tampa. We face 3 teams who are not in playoff spots, and then Tampa faces, if it's gonna let me pull it up, Columbus, Detroit, and Carolina this week.
It's
Like,
not easy.
They
Where
need a
does,
Tampa win.
They've
low
been a lot
key.
where does
rougher than us.
I'm curious. Where does the Sabres' strength of schedule rank now? Because like a few weeks ago, they were like close to the top, and it was because they had 4 matchups left against Tampa, and now 3 are gone, and they've picked up points in all 3, won 2 of them.
I actually came across this graphic today. I think they're 8th still, but I think
Interesting.
Boston is 1st.
But I think after
Tampa's
tonight,
up
like,
there.
They might take a bump. I'm gonna go to Tankathon right now. I gotta look at this. Maybe they've updated it.
Going to Tankathon?
I think that they have it. Yeah, strength of
No.
schedule. The Buffalo Sabres have the 20th hardest strength of schedule now.
Okay,
Yeah, I mean,
all right.
looking at the rest of our schedule, we face
Tampa
Tampa again, Dallas.
Yeah, listen
That
to this.
might
So
be
they
it.
rank
Detroit,
they rank the
Boston.
toughest opponents. The toughest opponents from start to finish. You've got a game against Dallas, last game of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Another game against Tampa, and then the next hardest opponent is Detroit. After that, it's Boston. After that, it's the Islanders.
Both good teams. Islanders have Matthew
Good
Schaefer's
team.
been
No,
cooking.
I know. But,
Ottawa's
I'm
in there
just-
too. Boston.
My point is like a few weeks back, like they were towards the top. Like you were like semi worried about a slide. Like they could lose 3 games against Tampa. Like that's not crazy to think about. Like they could have lost to Vegas. Like things like that. But now the numbers. I mean, what are their playoff odds going to be tomorrow? They were like 97 this morning. Are they going to be up to 99?
I was just looking at it. I'm pretty sure it's about 99.
Is Money Puck, did they update overnight? I'm not sure if it's updated
They were
just yet.
97 on Money Puck.
If you
this
look
morning.
at I was looking at the game
They're
preview on Money
98.9.
Puck.
They updated.
98.88.
98.9.
it
we
might
are-
change more after tonight, depending on the games, right? Isn't somebody
Tampa's
playing tonight?
99.24. We're 98.88. We're literally 0.4 behind Tampa. We were last in the conference 3 months ago.
like what the fuck, man? What the hell?
Live
I
in the
just-
moment, though. I'm glad, and you know what? I'm glad we have a stable head coach like Lindy Ruff. When he went to the podium, I had no doubt in my mind that this team was going to be told to. It was a great game. There's a lot of emotion in this game, but you need to reset, and we come back on Tuesday, and you come with a fresh mindset. You cannot let the emotion and the hype and everything that happened in this game deplete you. You know, you need to continue on with your routines. You got to go, like, I hate to make another Bills comparison, but 1-0, Joe Brady, 1-0 tweet.
All right, that's
Moving on.
I can't
Hey, come
believe
on, it's
Brandon Beane
good.
sent
You know,
out a
it's a good
fucking
mindset.
trade as soon as this game ended. I can't believe Bean sent out a trade. Can we have anything for ourselves? Like, you already snatched Kekalainen's chain earlier in the week. Like, Jesus.
They're going to go on if they go on like a 9-game win streak, like free agency for the Bills starts on Wednesday. So like
They're gonna go out and trade for like.
and then even
I don't
if we make the playoffs, the draft is like in the middle, like in the middle of the first round. So
Oh, that's a good point. It is like April, late April.
Yeah,
Never
it's
had
fun.
these
The last week of
problems
April.
before.
Can't have anything
Yeah.
for ourselves. We got a loser's GM. Absolute dork. Attention whore. Man, dude, man.
Just keep winning.
You know they got a
Just
standing
win.
ovation before they even took the ice.
They're
Really?
going to get a big
People
one
were-
on Tuesday.
People were on their feet before they took the ice for the anthems. And Tampa Bay was getting booed. I don't know if the broadcast picked it up. We had "We Hate Tampa" chants going pretty
Couldn't hear
loud. Yeah. We had "We Hate Tampa," like they were like coming down from the 300s. Hagel was getting booed when he touched the puck, like from the period he fought Dahlin until he scored. Like, what a night, dude. I mean, what a night. It's just like the most gratifying moment that, by far that we've had, just like doing this. Like all those miserable nights that we had to go on and be like, oh, it's time to record an episode and talk about them. And obviously it stretches back. Like we've only been doing the pod for 3 years now, or I guess going on 4 in September, which is already crazy to say as well. But like we've been watching this team forever, man. All our lives, obviously, but like we've been here from the start of the drought, and it's just like all the downs. I can still remember like when they traded Miller, and like I can still remember like where I was when they lost the McDavid lottery, and every tough loss in there, like against like I don't know the New Year's Eve loss against Tampa Bay in 2019.
Oh, I was at that game. Oh, my God. That was the most
I was getting
pissed I've
flashbacks to
ever
that
been.
tonight.
It was the most pissed I've ever been leaving an arena in my entire life. I will never forget. I was in the parking ramp because we got tickets through like my dad's work, and me and my brothers went. I was stuck in the parking ramp, and I was driving home, and I was fuming in the car. How far we've come.
just nights like that, and just to go through what happened after that, dealing with the fucking COVID season, where you got Ralph Kruger making it through a 12-game losing streak before getting canned, and a public spat with your franchise star, stripping him of the C and having to feel the wrath of the NHL world, which you still get to this day. I mean, we went through that last Tuesday when he was in town. People are still talking about them like that. And, just all the growing pains through that. And then maybe there might have not been no greater pain of this entire drought than thinking you were there. Thinking you were there in 2023. 1 point out. All the cap space in the world, a young core, thinking you were right there. And it still came crashing down. Suffering through unexpected,
Knock on
player
wood.
regression. Well, I know. But, just in terms of, making the playoffs, not, cup winning and all that. But, thinking you were there, that you were going to be year in, year out playoff contender, and, having that ripped away from you. And there was no worse moment than that. And then, last year, 13-game losing streak, palm trees, you're a laughing stock again. And you got to suffer through, that was all December. I mean, there might have been no worse period than that, than having to do the last 3 months, knowing that you weren't going to make the playoffs, having to, fake get happy that they heated up towards the end of the season and, got a higher draft pick, like a lot of people were saying, or a lower draft pick. And then we get to this year, and you're right there again. Everything's looking like shit. Dahlin and Thompson weren't even playing well to start this year. Injuries galore. We had a fucking blood clot earlier this year that's still persisting. The Norris stuff happening 1 game in.
One period in.
Yeah, all of that. And 11, 14, and 4, last place in the conference in December. It just looked done again, and I was ready for it to be done. I was ready to blow it up. I won't hide behind it. My blog that's still up on our website, calling for it all to be torn down. I'm not going to take that down. Absolutely not. That should be there, for a moment, and that's where we were. That is where we were. That's how a lot of people felt. And the most remarkable turnaround in franchise history. It's already done. And all that's missing is a playoff clinch, and that's it. Then you've done it. You've done the most remarkable turnaround. All of that, and just tonight, just the cherry on top. This is their signature win, man. This is the win you will think about this season as. There were other ones. I mean, I still hold that Dallas game near and dear to my heart. That might be the game of the year for me. But other than that, it's this. It's this. This is the one that will be remembered for years to come. This is, this is the one. And it's a crowning achievement for a group that just could have given up. They could have cashed in. I think if the Sabres lose that Philadelphia game coming back from the Western road trip, I don't know, Lindy Ruff might get fired. He might be done coaching forever. And they didn't. They bought in to the coach. They bought into what the GM wanted to do. They bought into a fan base that was so hungry for this. Now they're seeing it. Now they're really seeing it. It's not just a hot streak that gets people excited. This is people are going to the arena to want to watch a good team. And nights like tonight, it raises to the next level where you're reminded, this is a hockey town. It is. It has always been a hockey town. I don't want to make this hockey versus football. It's not that it's not a football town. It's just this was always here. This was here. It was a sleeping giant. And I just cannot commend this group enough. It's just incredible. This win really just does encapsulate everything they've built themselves. It didn't take a Robert Thomas trade. It didn't take another Dylan Cousins type blockbuster move to turn it around. No, it was them. It was the guys in the room. They did this. They earned this. And now they have a 98% chance of getting to the playoffs and hosting game 1 in Buffalo.
I think Dahlin has said 2 or 3 times in the past week that this is the best he's ever seen the building. And out of anyone on the team,
He walked into his post-game interview saying, like, we could not. I think the first thing he said was we could not have won without the fans.
Oh yeah,
Like, genuine.
he did say
not
that.
like not hamming it up. Like, the first thing he said was, like, we could not have won without the building tonight.
Yeah, like of anyone, like I just feel the best for Darlene, for everything he's been through with this team, for everything he's been through in his personal life. Like, this is
If he retired
insane.
tomorrow, he's a Raptors player. I'm done. I'm sold. It might be tonight. Tonight might be the night that he solidified himself. He could go into Kekalainen's office tomorrow and say, I want to focus on my family life and never play the game again. And his jersey's in the rafters. Forever. I mean, what a player, man. That's my fucking captain. No player deserves this more than him. Literally none.
I agree. I mean, even Tuck was interviewed after the game. He said, it's been a long 5 years, but this is incredible. Like, any of these players that have been here, like, what do you think Zemgus Girgensons is thinking sitting over on Tampa?
Oh my god. Well, he's
like,
made the
holy
playoffs. He's
shit.
had some success.
Well, yeah.
No, but he's
like,
just thinking, like,
Yeah.
like if he was still on the team, he would be the guy I'm probably most happy for.
yeah.
But like even it was time. It was time for him to, make that choice, and all the power to him. It's just Darlene's never wavered, never once. There was like this is, I don't want to turn. I guess I'm turning this into a Jack conversation a little bit, but it's like that is not a guy hardwired to turn around an organization. We saw that. He wasn't that guy. He was not a guy that could do that. Like, he could do it on the ice, 100%. Phenomenal hockey player, franchise hockey player. But the off the ice, the attitude, and that wavered for him. The Sabres never went to him and said we're rebuilding, that we're going to try and retool. No, he was thinking it to himself. He had that mindset of if my career is going to continue to be full of losing, like, I don't want to be a part of that. And Darlene, I just don't think ever wavered. I mean, I know he met with Kevin Adams last year, but I don't think there was no trade implications there, unless you believe Paul Bissonnette, I guess. I think that was just more so like, I just want clarity. Like, what are we doing here? What's our next move?
Yeah, what's the plan?
And right after that, they signed Jason Zucker to an extension and Jordan Greenway. And that was enough to convince him. I mean, would that convince me? No. That wouldn't convince. Oh, you traded Dylan Cousins for a guy that played 3 games for you that season, and you re-signed Greenway and Zucker. Like, that's not convincing me for long-term viability, but it did for him. It did for him. He never stopped giving this franchise his all. And after Rasmus Dahlin, I don't think there should be another 26 in the history of the franchise again.
I agree. I think a lot of who else kind of hardwires just the way he carries himself around the organization, and I know I've probably said this before, is Josh Doan, man. Like, just
What a player.
the way he carries himself, the way I'm sure his just being around an NHL team all his life. His father was the captain of the Phoenix Coyotes for God knows how long. It just, I feel a sense of stability just having him in the room, on the roster, talking post game, just the way he carries himself. I feel like that's another guy who's just an absolute core piece. And I'm not saying he's a Raptors guy. Like, there's plenty of time
We'll get there.
for
We'll
that.
get there.
But
We'll get
I have no doubt in my mind, if he has a long career and he's a lifelong Buffalo Sabre, he will be the captain at one point. He 100% will be the captain.
If you look back at, in 5-10 years, when you're looking back at this team and you're looking back at the offseason additions, it's Josh Doan. I mean, of course, we're going to throw Alex Lyon in there too, but, like, Josh Doan's the only real, like, tangible addition I think we made to this team.
Michael
And, like,
Kessler erasure.
how
just
good
think
he's
about-
been.
Think about their second line. Like, I saw a photo. It was from the Tampa game, and it was the Tampa game in Tampa. And, like, I'm just looking at it. And I almost tweeted out. I didn't end up doing so. But I was like, this is, like, the change of the Buffalo Sabres in one picture. Like, describe what changed for the Buffalo Sabres in terms of, like, roster additions. And it didn't include Alex Lyon. So, like, aside from him, it was their second line. It's Oslin, Norris, and Doan. As much as, like, don't get me wrong, Dylan Cousins has been phenomenal for Ottawa this year. But he just wasn't going to do that here, no matter how you slice it. And, when Norris is available, I mean, just look at what he does for this team. And Josh Doan, man. And I know this is probably not the night to give Oslin his flowers because, he had a rough one. But even then, he drew the penalty to set up the game-winning goal. And it was a great play. He blew past, I think, Chernak.
I think Olsen's turnover was really bad. But after that, I actually thought he played phenomenal. And what I think was amazing about that is, first of all, we've said this so many times. If you've been following the team, he's one of Lindy's guys. I think any other rookie, Lindy probably would have benched for the rest of the game in this type of game. Instead, he puts him on a line with Tage Thompson and Zach Benson for the rest of the game, and I thought he was phenomenal. He was great. I was like, I can't believe Oslin, after that turnover at that point in the game, he gets put next to our best player and actually was great the rest of the game.
It's just every night it's a new guy. Tonight is a lot of guys.
Fresh 30 of Genesee Light has made its way to the locker room. The boys are
no way. Who said that?
Dom Tibbetts.
That's awesome. They deserve that, man. Hell yeah, they get a 2-day break for once. Or actually,
they do.
I guess it's only 1 day, but still, good for them, man. They deserve that. I know it's back to business tomorrow, but good for them, man. Good for them.
You know who has them ranked as number 1 in their power rankings for maybe the first time ever?
Oh, I know who you're gonna say.
I just sent this in our group chat, so you guys might have seen it. The hockey guy. The hockey guys put the Sabres as number
Shannon.
1.
That's
probably
awesome.
for the first time ever. I mean, I don't know how long this guy's going. Maybe 2018.
He's been around, I think, since 2016. So I think they were number 1 then. But aside from that, yeah, obviously, definitely the latest in the season. I mean, I was genuinely, I thought they moved to the Atlantic when the Jets joined in 2011. I didn't realize it wasn't until 2013-14, but I thought the 18-19 Sabres at least extended their division lead until December, at least maybe until the new year. It was November 28th. November 28th, 2018. That was the farthest they ever got into the season leading the division. And now it's March 8th. I guess it's if anybody's listening in, I guess it's from another fan base, it's almost sad to listen to that you get excited about something like that, but it's just, you don't understand, man. It's been 15 years.
You don't know how rough it has been. The amount of shit we have had to go through.
Look at the division they're doing this in.
Oh my God, it's brutal. Everyone's winning every single night. This is why I'm still nervous. I just I keep looking at the standings and I'm like, what the frig?
But I haven't looked during the course of this win streak. They've won 7 straight. I have no reason to look behind me except Tampa. I've stopped doing scoreboard updates because it's we only have to focus on 1 or 2 teams at a time. I was fully prepared for the Eastern Conference race, but it's no, you are so good. Metro teams don't matter to you because they have a better chance of getting top 3 in the Metro than getting to you.
We were saying that even when they started turning the season around, we were like, this is great, but our division is just unbelievable. Any other year, we'd, probably easily almost make the playoffs. And the fact that we're doing this with this division is just means so much more, I think. It's unbelievable.
So what? The Sabres have 18 games left. They need to win 8 of them to hit 100 points.
You seen the magic number floating around? It's 30.
No,
how is that determined?
I've
seen a few people say.
I think it might be a mix of different teams' wins and losses. Yeah. It's something weird. I'm not sure how it's calculated, but all I know is right now my goal is to hit 100 points. I don't care how you get there. I don't care if you lose. I don't care. I don't want this to happen, for the love of God. I don't care if you lose 10 straight and then you win the last 8. Get to 100 points. That is the goal. It's not even the stretch goal right now. That is the goal. 100 points. You play 500 hockey. If you go 7, what is it? Like 7, 9, and 2, you hit 100 points.
It's just ridiculous. Yeah, because, I mean, what is it? I think no team has ever not made it with 97.
Oh, my God. Knock
I
on
think
wood
that's
again.
the stat. Knock on wood, but, like, that's
I'm
what
still
we're
nervous.
shooting for. And that's worse. You could go, you could subtract a loss. You could subtract 2, or you could subtract 2 wins and add an overtime loss, and you would still get to 97. To the 7, 9, and 2 you were just proposing. It's incredible, man. Just incredible. It's just like I'm not being arrogant. It's just like they're gonna get in. Like they're 99% everywhere, and it's just like now it's about playoff positioning. Now
I'm
it
just
matters.
curious.
You look at what you've done. Okay, like you did those 2 games against Tampa Bay. Now it's about just avoiding them and avoiding Carolina for as long as possible. You don't want to play them in the first round, and you don't want to not have home ice advantage. Now you are the team everybody's gunning for. Now people know you're a threat, and now it's vital that you get home ice advantage in the first round.
We're obviously first in the division now, and Tampa still has a 2-game in hand. By the way, I did check. We're going to be talking about this 2 games in hand for at least another 2 weeks. The third last and second last season, third last and second last week of the season is when Tampa makes up their games. So this 2 games in hand will be a conversation for at least 2 more weeks. But we're also 2 points out of first in our conference. Like
Behind who?
Carolina
What the
has
fuck?
1 game in hand on us, but they have 86 points. We have 84. Like the division isn't even the only thing we're kind of shooting for now. Like we're right in there for first in the conference.
God, dude, if Colorado was not Colorado, I mean,
Yeah,
like any
we're
other
4
year,
points behind
like-
Dallas, and
like
then
what-
it's just
like what?
Colorado.
like holy shit.
You know how on the NHL app, when you have a favorite team, it puts a little flag next to it, like where your team is in the standings? I'm so used to seeing it down in like the bottom 20s into 30s.
you
I have
gotta
to scroll all the way up.
Scroll through
I'm like,
constantly.
oh my God, we're all the way. We're fifth in the league. By points percentage, we're 6th. We're behind Tampa. They have games in hand. 5th in the league in points at 84. 1 point back of Minnesota. If we won that game at home in overtime, that's flipped right there. That is flipped. My goodness. 33 regulation wins. 2nd most in the league behind Colorado.
I was gonna say there's only a few other playoff teams that, like a bunch of playoff teams have a bunch of OT losses, like Pittsburgh, Detroit has 1 more than us, and then you look at the West, literally almost all of them, other than the Ducks and Utah.
I was gonna say, is the Pacific still? Is it just the Ducks with more wins than losses?
Yeah.
I saw today, like Vegas has like a 53 expected goal share, and I'm just looking. I'm like, this team is not good enough to do that compared to like what the Sabres. They're hovering around 50.
Yeah.
Vegas has like 5 players that they play constantly.
They have, like,
And they're
two- and they have,
trading.
like- Well, they have like 2 teams to play too.
They're trading 2029 firsts. That team has no future. That team has absolutely no future.
They find a way. They find a way.
We've gone for over an hour on one game.
Just one game. Just one game. Like what? Like who cares about any other game? I mean, the Vegas game was just like whatever. It's another win. Went up 3-0, held on for the win. Cool. Jack was applauded. That's fine, I guess. Whatever. Dominate the Penguins without Crosby and without Malkin, like as you should. Like that's just what you should. You took care of business. Good job. Nashville last night, like another good like test for this team. Where like they just looked all out of sorts in the first period, and then they just turned it on for the second half of the game. Like, that's just what good teams do. There's your weekly recap, brought to you by the Sabre Report. I don't know what else. I mean, like we're gearing up for this to be a normal episode, and then the Sabres played their most exciting game in franchise history. Like what
Should I
else do the
touch-
people want to hear about?
We interrupt this episode of the Sabre Report podcast to tell you about our sponsor, William Mattar. Hurt in a car? Call our sponsor, William Mattar. 844-444-4444. With a focus on motor vehicle accidents, the team at William Mattar has handled thousands of cases like yours. Let them help you get the money you deserve after a motor vehicle accident. Rideshare, truck, motorcycle, car, only. Call William Mattar. 844-444-4444.
Should I touch on my time in Tampa?
We could do that. Let's do that.
All right. Well, I'll get into it. The arena itself and the surrounding area of the arena, first of all, it's right on the bay. It was a beautiful day out, and it was buzzing. Like there were a lot of Tampa fans, but there were a lot of Sabres fans too. Like they have, the restaurants around the arena were packed. You couldn't get a table anywhere. Just an absolute buzz. And then you get inside and you walk around, and man, it's a sight. It is a sight to behold. Like it's always strange going into opposing teams' arenas because you're so used to doing your routine. Like you know where to go when you go to KeyBank Center. You go up the escalator and you just kind of make your rounds around.
Can I make a side note here? If you went to get food, go to the bathroom, or go get a drink, or just go in the concourse to maybe say hi to a friend after the first period. That shit was like being in the trenches of like a world war.
It's like impossible to get around.
Like I don't know I can't speak to everywhere in the arena, but like outside, like the main food concourse on the 100s, like that was hell. Because everybody stayed in their seats to watch the show, and then everybody had to file out. It was very funny. But anyways, anybody who was there can probably attest to that.
Nobody wanted to miss a second. Nobody.
Nope. Not a person.
So, to continue, got to my seat, just kind of was just taking in the ambiance of the entire, arena, and getting to see your team warm up on opposing ice is so interesting because they do the whole, here in Buffalo, you do the whole pre-show. It's the same thing around all the leagues. You see the pre-show and you're just like, man, this isn't hyping me up because I want this team to lose, They have, and in Tampa, it's strange. They have this. If I have to put it in the most like simplest terms I could find, it's like kind of like a lightning simulator. They have this weird thing hanging from the ceiling that like makes a buzzing noise. Sometimes it'll make like a lightning sound, it's weird. It's hard to describe, but that was really interesting. They have a classic NHL team. They have an organist. It's up in the 300 section. It's like a whole dedicated section. Super cool. And then the game was fantastic. Like, you get in there, get a few drinks, and then you're sitting with all Tampa fans, and you're just like, let's go. Let's get ready to go. They just start burying the puck left and right, and I'm just like, let's go. And then, you get to like 4 or 5. You're like, okay, I'll sit for this one. I'll just give it a nice little golf clap. Give it a nice golf clap. But it was fantastic, man. It was great atmosphere. Their goal horn.
A lot of Sabres fans?
A lot of Sabres fans. Sabres fans travel well in Tampa. There's a lot of displaced fans down in Tampa. They just, they live there. And it was awesome, You've seen an away crowd, give as much of a cheer for an away goal as you can. It's kind of like, it's not as big as when the Canadians and the Maple Leafs come into town in Buffalo, It's not to that extent, but there was enough. Made some noise. And Tampa Bay made some noise too because they're, like I was about to say, their goal horn, I was like, somebody's got to turn that down. That thing is so loud. Like, we think we got upgrades to our sound system here. There'd be a laundry list of complaints if our goal horn was as loud as theirs, because I was in shock when their first goal went in, even to make it like 4-1, 5-1. I was like, holy shit, this place just erupted and it is loud in here. And for a split second, I was like, are they going to blow this game? And am I going to be sitting here in a sea of Tampa fans in my Tage Thompson jersey about to get mugged? Should I touch on the food too?
I feel like that's what everybody's waiting for here.
Okay.
We're glad you had a good time. We're glad you had a good time, but give us the cafeteria. Give us the
like 2 months. It's finally back.
All right. So I went with another person. I went with my girlfriend's dad. Shout out. So when we first got there, we sat down. I was watching warm-ups, and he went to get food. And he actually came back. I didn't even ask. He came back with a basket of chicken tenders and some onion rings, and we split them. So, and I'm prefacing this by saying, like, we shared this stuff. So you can't call me fat for this, because I also had something later in the game. Because someone else made a request for this. I had one chicken tender, okay? I only had one. I got to say, better than Dallas's. Much better. And it was crispier than the Sabres games ones. That's something Tampa has us beat there. They have us beat. Crispy chicken tender. It's a chicken tender. It's good. And how can you do a chicken tender wrong? It was fantastic.
Oh, you could do it wrong.
Yeah, you're right. I kind of shit on Dallas's a lot. It wasn't very good. Tampa's holds up. They hold up. It's very good. If you're in the Tampa Bay area, you go to Amalie Arena, get a basket. It's pretty good. They have good self-service options too. It's kind of like a grocery store almost, like a mini mart. You walk in, like grab whatever you want off the trays, kind of like a Sabres game, only there's no like constructed line where you have to weave your way through. You just walk in, find an open checkout, and you just check out. So, you get through the rest of the game and you have, a couple sodas here and there, and then you're like, you know what, I'm going to walk around. And I did a few laps. I think it was between the second and the third. And I was looking for it in my mentions. I cannot remember who recommended this to me, because they're the only one who dropped Tampa food in our mentions. And he sent us a picture of a Cuban sandwich, which is, if you don't know, it's like a panini with ham, mustard, pickles. I was like, all right, well, you know what? A couple sodas later, like, all right, why not? Let's go. Let's go find this. Found it. I wouldn't say I was disappointed, because I knew it was stadium food, but it was very bread heavy. Like you mostly it was kind of eating like 2 pieces of toast, but it wasn't terrible. Like you got the Cuban sandwich experience, but it was mostly bread. So I did cover all bases here, guys. Like the requests we got from our fans. I only had one, took care of that, and I got a chicken tender review out of it. And the Sabres won. So it was a great night in the Tampa Bay area.
Did you meet any fans?
I didn't. I was gonna meet up with one of our fans, but just schedules didn't mesh. I texted him after the game.
They would have met up with JP.
Yeah, that's right.
You're right.
They would have made
met
accommodations.
Just
That is true.
Tough.
You're the only person. JP and I have both met our fair share. I feel
It
like
was
you
just
got
a little scheduling snafu.
I feel like
It's okay.
you're just being unlucky.
No,
God.
it's a true fan.
I'm
It's a
just
true
thinking
fan of the
about-
pod.
I'm just thinking though, man. Like that first party in the plaza.
Man,
gonna be insane.
I don't know what I want to be a part of more, because like
you want to be inside or outside?
I think I'm gonna. I gotta be inside, right? Like you gotta be inside.
I was gonna split, go one inside, one downtown, outside.
Yeah,
Get both experiences.
I feel like you have. Well, yeah, we'll definitely do both. It's just like it's gonna be tough. Tough choice.
We have to bring
we
our
still
beer
haven't clinched
savers.
yet, guys.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
I know.
There's still like a fourth of the season left. It's crazy. I know the spot we're in, but it's still so much to go.
It's a lot,
Like, even-
a lot of hockey left.
I was thinking, I've been seeing some other tweets of other teams finally starting to give the Sabres credit. Like, I saw a tweet of another team in our division saying, like, yeah, we would not last in a series with them. But it's like, yeah, we're playing incredible right now. We're the hottest team, second hottest team in the league. We're on the longest win streak, but Dallas is on a very long point streak. But we need to make sure we keep this throughout the rest of the season. Like, we need to get hot at the end of the season again. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just go on a 10-game win streak, then just play 500 hockey the rest of the way. We need to stay hot this whole time. Like,
You're saying we need to crash before we go up. I could feel that.
maybe I don't know. I don't know.
No,
it's like
not
a baseball season. You play 162 games, and you're just like, they're playing kind of bad right now, but it's like mid-August. It's like if they turn it on September, like they're gonna cook.
It's at the end of the day, any playoffs is just getting hot at the right time. Like that. That's what they need.
No, it's true. It's true. That is not a ridiculous take, but God damn it, not tonight. Not tonight.
Live in the moment, just for the night. Just for the night.
Tonight we live in the moment. Tonight we appreciate what just happened. Man, dude, I'm still just thinking about that walkout of the arena. Like, just.
You feel like the building was going to come down?
Did you make sure you went through the lobby?
It's not like. Well, it's not like there was a like if Doan buried that empty netter, like people were gonna be hightailing it out of there to beat traffic. There's always people like that, but it was everybody. Everybody's in the concourse filing out of there at the same time. You can hear the horns blaring just outside of the building. There's like I said, there's chants starting, and I know people have probably seen all the videos going around. Like it was, man, like it just. It wasn't a playoff game, but like my God, like that just felt like they just
closest thing to it.
You know how like RJ night was just so unique. Like you'll never have another RJ night again. Like I don't know if you'll have another game like that again, where it's like like how I compared it to the Four Nations game last year. Where like Four Nations was 11 years of build-up packed into one game, and this one was, it was the entire drought built upon what is now a division chase, and it was cathartic. It was a pure release of joy, and I am just so happy that I can say that on March 8th instead of like mid-November, like back in 2018. Like I think I made this comparison, I don't know, was it maybe last episode or maybe the episode before that? Maybe it was the first time they played Tampa, where it was like back in 2018 they played Tampa a few times after the winning streak, and those games got heated. I remember, and people were like, "Man, this would make a great playoff series." And you kind of had to like be like, "Oh yeah, sure." Like, "Oh, the Sabres would be fun if they played Tampa." And it's like they're not good. You know that they weren't there yet. Like, this is like 05-06, where I think you walk into the 2006 playoffs going, "Yeah, I don't think they're better than Ottawa, but they can beat Ottawa." And then they nearly swept them. It's like it's that type of energy. Like this team has that type of magic, and that was tonight. You saw that tonight. Whew.
Gotta relish in the moment.
Man, so good. I don't want to stop recording. I just want to live in this forever. I just want to live here. Can we order a Gen? Let me go see if I have a pack of Genesee downstairs. I might open up my own pack. Pour one out for the boys in the locker room. They're probably still there.
Oh, 100%. They got the day off tomorrow, too. Like, come on, let them go wild.
Yeah.
They got to lock in on Tuesday.
Back in business.
You got Macklin Celebrini coming to town.
Yeah. I, honest to God, would not be surprised if we get a stinker Tuesday.
Wouldn't be surprised either.
They poured everything into this one. They're probably not just physically tired, but just like emotionally, just like.
Oh yeah.
Woo.
You know what? I'm also curious because all the talk of course, this game was unbelievable tonight, and all the talk we did about like unfinished business and Brandon Hagel. I'm curious. I want to go. I'm on Ticketmaster right now. What do ticket prices look like for the next Tampa game in Buffalo? Let me take a look if anyone's already raised the prices on these.
We have tickets for that.
Okay.
Our half season tickets.
Guys, get your tickets now, guys. Come on.
Jonah is not going to that one. Me and my dad are going to that one. Like, sorry. You just saw one of the best games ever. That's
fine. I'll take
JP,
that.
You get to see a Mason Geertsen fight.
Yeah.
God. He's going to be in that game, right? Like, I almost want him to be in that game.
I actually don't think he will.
Almost.
I don't think he will.
Depending on where they sit in the standings at that point,
yeah,
I'll make my decision.
Why we just got Stanley. That's why we just
though.
got. I don't know.
I don't know. You're probably right. All right. Is that everything? Any other thoughts about this game?
I don't think so. I mean,
think I've exhausted all my thoughts for this game.
You let your mind run wild too. You feel like you'll wake up tomorrow and have 15 other things you want to bring up. Your adrenaline's
Probably.
still going.
I have one more other thought for one of the other games. Well, it was for Nashville. Josh Norris had an incredible assist again. What was happening over there in Ottawa that his primary assist numbers were just like the worst in the league? It makes no sense to me. Like, who was he playing with?
I looked this stat up last night. In 180 games in Ottawa, he had 8 primary assists at 5-on-5. In 27 now games with the Sabres, dating back to last season, he has 7 already.
Like, seriously, what was happening over there?
1/6 the amount of games.
Hey, I mean, listen, I feel like Ottawa could say the same thing for Dylan Cousins. They'd be like, what the hell was going on in Buffalo where he just wasn't doing anything? And then he comes here and he starts lighting it up.
Cousins had 30 goals with us before. Like, Cousins had his moments. Like, Norris was never a playmaker over there. And, like,
but either way, Josh Norris had his moments in Ottawa. Like,
but as a
he
goal
earned
scorer,
that contract.
Absolutely, as a goal scorer and on the power play, but it's completely reversed. He hasn't done anything on the power play, but he looks like almost one of your best playmakers on the team. Like,
yeah, that might
some
be
of the
up for
passes
debate
he's
whether or not
making,
that's his fault.
It's I don't know. That was just one of our main criticisms of the trade and of him is that he's just not a playmaker. And like I can't believe that was ever like a conversation. Like the passes he makes are just. He's had like 2 or 3 of those sauce passes perfect in front of the net, and someone just finishes it. It's just I don't know what was going on over there in Ottawa. I think his playmaking skills are just fine.
I got this stat, courtesy of Sabre Source on Twitter. Entering today, the Buffalo Sabres were 144 3-1 all time when allowing 7+ goals in a game. The last win prior to today when allowing 7+ goals was on February 24th of what year?
Was it the Dallas game?
This was a win. They won the game.
Oh, sorry. I thought you
won
said
the game while allowing
letting
7.
up 7 or plus goals. 1978.
Wasn't that long ago. It was 1993. 10-7 win against Detroit. Nuts.
In a different era, in an era of
Nuts.
goaltenders who just decided to stand up and play the puck.
Well, I mean, tonight, I don't know if that was much different.
Yeah.
All right. JP, is it time? Time for the weekly preview. Take it away.
Guess so. All right, week 21, we have a 3-game homestand before a 4-game road trip. First game, Sabres are facing San Jose Tuesday at 7 p.m. This is at home. This will be on MSG. Sharks are 30-25-6, 5th in the Pacific, and 1 point out of a wild card spot. They're 3-3 since the break, with beating Winnipeg and Montreal and losing to St. Louis and the Islanders this week. We have yet to face them this year, but we do play them in a week's time again on the 19th. And they last played Saturday night, so they will technically have the rest advantage on us. Power play and penalty kill are both 16th in the league. I was doing this preview during the Sabres game, though, so stuff might have changed since then. Goaltender matchup, it's going to be Lion, especially UPL didn't have the best game, and they have Yaroslav Askarov and Alex Nedeljkovic. Askarov is 16-3. I have 6-3. That doesn't seem right. 19-16-3, an 888, 3.52. He's 84th out of 92 in the league in goal save above expected, according to Money Puck. Nedeljkovic is 11-9-3, 900 save percentage, 2.83, and 38th in the league for goal save above expected. Their only injury for people that are out for the whole year is Ty Dellandrea. He's day-to-day and likely won't be back against us. Their other injuries who are out for the year are Logan Couture and Carey Price. The whole story of the Sharks is basically Macklin Celebrini. He's unbelievable. He has 32 goals and 57 assists for 89 points. Both points and assists are 5th in the league. He had 63 points last year in 70 games, and he has 89 and 61 this year. He is unbelievable. He showed that at the Olympics. He is a superstar, and he's like 19, 20 years old.
I would like to let the record show I was on the Celebrini hype train last season.
He's the real deal. He's basically their entire team, and the fact that the Sharks are 1 point out of a playoff spot is solely because of him. He's a future top 3 player in this league. It'll be fun to watch him this week and then next week, because their next closest point is Will Smith, who is 44. So that's 45 points behind Celebrini. That's more than double Will Smith's points. Celebrini's unbelievable. So Will Smith has 44 points, Toffoli and Weinberg at 39. 2 of our former Sabres draft crushes. William Eklund has 38 points in 57 games. And my guy, Michael Misa, has 13 points in 24 games. Their highest for defensemen is Dmitry Orlov, who has 25 points. And their only notable move at the deadline was trading Timothy Liljegren to the Capitals. They only had one former Sabre, Jeff Skinner. He had, in 32 games, he had 6 goals and 7 assists.
And nobody picked him up.
He was released over the break, not signed. He can't play in the playoffs.
I'm sick.
Yeah, it hurts me to say this, but his time in the NHL might be done. The fact he didn't get signed, he might be an AHL player who's maybe fighting for a spot for the rest of his career, or
maybe bro's just got a shit agent.
It's sad to see the downfall of Jeff Skinner. Really is. Especially, you thought he was probably going to do pretty good over there, get some chances, play with some young guys, but unfortunately, didn't work out. So he was the only former Sabre. Key of the game is literally just match up and try and shut down Celebrini. He is currently centering Will Smith and Colin Graff. Sabres then face Washington at home on Thursday at 7 p.m. This will be on MSG, and this will be a goat head game. It is one of their throwback Thursday games. The Capitals are 31, 26, and 7. 5th in the Metro and currently 6 points out of a playoff spot. They're 3-3 since the break, but they're currently on a 3-game losing streak, with losing to Montreal, Utah, and Boston. They play Calgary Monday and Philly Wednesday before us, so we will actually be playing them on the second half of a back-to-back. We beat them in a shootout earlier in this year, and we faced them one more time in April. Their power play, with having Alex Ovechkin on the one flank, is 29th in the league, and their penalty kill is 18th. Goaltender matchup, we'll see if it's either going to be UPL or Ellis, and then they have Logan Thompson and Charlie Lindgren. Logan Thompson is 21, 18, and 4. He has a 9.13, a 2.41, and he's second in the league in goal save above expected. He's super underrated, I feel like. Like the last 5 years, he's had a 9.08 or better. He should have been the Canada starter. Like, super underrated goalie. Always been good in the NHL. And then Charlie Lindgren is 8.73 and 8.81, 3.41, and 62nd in the league in goal save above expected. Their only injuries, Eric Matejko is out for the season. And Ovechkin's possible last year. Nothing's been announced yet. but this is the last year of his contract. He's 40 years old. He has a team leading 24 goals, and he has a team tied 50 points. He only has 4 power play goals. To me, this kind of feels like this might be it for him. Like the Capitals, I feel like are heading towards a rebuild.
The Carlson
And
trade too. Like
they traded away Carlson. Like I think he just didn't want to have like that whole year retirement send off. It seems like the Capitals need to rebuild, unfortunately, and he's 40. It might be it. It's very well could be the last time Ovechkin's in Buffalo. So we'll see what happens there. Jacob Chikrin having an incredible year. This is a career year for him so far. Last year he had 47 points, which was his career high. Right now he has 50 points with 22 goals and 28 assists. Tom Wilson and Dylan Strome both have 49 points. And this deadline, the Capitals traded away Nick Dowd and John Carlson, and they acquired Timothy Liljegren and David Kampf. Honestly, it was a kind of a quiet sell for them because they're still kind of fighting for a playoff spot, but I do think it was successful because they got a first for Carlson and a second for Dowd. So it was kind of a quiet but successful sell for them. No former Sabres. Only key to the game is if they do face Thompson. Obviously, this is the second half of back-to-back, so we don't know which goalie we'll get. But if we do face Thompson, like probably going to be a low-scoring game. Need some good defense, good goaltending, and just try and get a few through Thompson. And then the Sabres face Toronto. Saturday at 7 p.m. on MSG.
trap game.
Toronto has not won a game coming out of the break. They have not won a
They still
single
haven't
game.
won.
They have not
They-
won.
Oh my
They are in a
God.
free fall right now.
Jesus!
It's bad. It is bad. I didn't realize it was that bad. I thought they
They're
at least
27.
stuck one out.
No. They're 27, 26, and 11. 7th in the Atlantic, 11 points out of a playoff spot. They're on a 7-game losing streak. And they lost to Philly, New Jersey, the Rangers, and Tampa this week. It's going bad for them. You hate to see it, but you love to see it if you're a Buffalo fan. And poor Steve Dangle, he's going through it over there.
He had an interesting live stream last night based on what I saw floating around on Twitter.
Oh my God. Yeah, I caught some of that. That was.
I hope our live streams never get that bad. I wouldn't be
Maybe our-
surprised, though. Honestly, we probably have a much lower bar. Like, we would probably do that shit if the Sabres were winning.
Yeah.
I mean, some of our whatever the hell we call it, our overtime, not our overtime episodes for the Patreon, that's already gotten a little interesting, but never a live stream to the
Our
world.
after hours, and
After
that's true.
hours.
We have had a few interesting topics on after hours.
But nothing like that. But yeah, they're going through it over there. They're
God, that's probably Hockey Night in Canada too. Like, that could be. If the Sabres show up, that could be a funeral on top of a funeral.
Yes. They play Montreal on Tuesday and Anaheim on Thursday before us. This is our last game against them this year, and we've won the season series so far with 2-1. Their power play is 21st, penalty kill is 6th. They have Joseph Wool and Anthony Stolars. They're both not having the best of years. Wool's 13-10-4, 904, 3.12, 76 in the league in goal save above expected. And Stolars is 7-9-3 and 890, 3.4, and he's 83rd in the league in goal save above expected. For reference, Hildeby, who was up before Stolars came back, because Stolars was the one who was hurt, he's like 40th in the league in goal save above expected. Like, they kind of made the wrong decision there. Injuries, the only one is Chris Tanev is out for the season. William Nylander still doing his thing. Probably one of the only guys over there who's still doing his thing. He leads the team in assists and points with 38 and 59 in only 47 games. Matthews has 26 goals and 26 assists in 58 games. having like his second year in a row of kind of a down year. He might be cooked. Tavares has 52 points. Nyes has 51. Nyes was kind of floated around there in the deadline. Oliver Ekman-Larsson, who they probably should have traded, leads the team in points with 35, and Riley has 32. They did sell this deadline, which was smart for where they are. They traded away Nick Waugh.
They didn't sell well.
Yeah, and Scott Lawton and Bobby McMahon, but they didn't sell enough, and they did it all last minute.
The majority of their deals trickled in after the deadline had passed, and I really think it's just a matter of Treliving he set his price high, and they just didn't pivot off of anything. They paid a first and a prospect for Scott Lawton, and they flipped him for a third at the deadline. A third. Bobby McMahon is gone. Nick Waugh, who they just got in the quote Mitch Marner package, out the door. The guys that you wanted to trade to are the ones with term. Like OEL was sitting out of the lineup, and they didn't trade him.
Yep.
My goodness, it is
they
a
definitely should
dumpster
have done
fire.
more.
The whole management should be canned. Just terrible. Terrible.
Everybody over
I
there.
can't believe Berube's still coaching that team. Genuinely.
He's a
they
dead
have
man
completely-
walking.
They've completely tuned him out. But it's like, why just give an assistant a shot or something? I don't know. Like, you see this clip the other night? It was going around. Domi just completely turned his back to him as he was shouting at the team. Like, that's just not a team they just hate their coach, and it's never been more evident. I don't know if I've seen any more evidence of a single team ever. At least Tortorella, you go in knowing you're going to hate the guy. Berube was supposed to be like, there's sparks there, but like you're supposed to be willing to run through a wall for this guy. And yeah, it's ugly. Talk about a match made in hell.
Yeah, they are cooked. They will have to make some decisions this offseason. I think Matthews has 1 year left on his contract. Obviously, he hasn't been himself for 2 years now. It will be interesting to see what they do because they are kind of cooked. And it was interesting to me that like Nyes was kind of floated out there. Like he's the one guy he's not
Even
like
Matthews,
a franchise guy.
Friedman said last night they're going to have the conversation with Matthews at the end of the season.
It makes sense. But I'm saying like Nyes is young. Like he's the guy like you should kind of build around. But why would his name be floated out there? But yeah, they should have the conversation on Matthews.
Because building around wingers worked out for them last time, didn't it? Am I misremembering?
I mean, if you're not, he's not like a franchise player, but like if you're not building around him, like who else? Like Nylander,
Right, yeah.
the only other guy. Like everybody on that team is old, and they can get
28,
rid of.
29.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's...
How much longer does Tavares have there? Does he only have 1 more year? Or?
Well, he resigned. I think
He
signed
re-signed.
Like
I think he's got.
He's
one
not
or
what
two.
he used to be though, and like in terms of like the structure of that team. Like it's a Matthews Nylander team now, and there were supposed to be parts that added up to the sum of the whole when Marner left. So
Yeah, Morgan
it's
Riley. Yeah. Be an interesting offseason.
And they don't have a first round pick this year.
Well, unless it goes in the top 5, then they do.
That is true, and it could. I mean, it very well could. You almost kind of maybe we should lose on Saturday.
Ooh, that's
Play
a
the
good
long game.
point. Where are they?
I think they're still. I think they're still a ways out. They got to catch. I mean, you've got.
They're
Yeah.
10th right now? 9th. 1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6.
I mean,
7,
basically,
9th.
you got to keep up with. I mean, obviously, the Blackhawks are the worst, right?
No, Canucks are by far.
Oh yeah, the Canucks.
worst.
Oh yeah, Canucks. Who am I kidding?
Canucks, Rangers, Blackhawks, Flames, and Blues. They're all under 60 points, and Canucks are under 50.
That's gonna be tough to catch.
Yeah,
And they've still got like the Devils, who are not
they're
playing
6
well.
points in front of the Blues, who are 5th.
Yeah.
So, and I mean,
Yep,
the Jets
yep.
just traded away Logan Stanley, so you know they're right there too. They just lost a
Have
guy
they
who was
lost a
playing
game
27
since doing
minutes.
Have they lost a game since making that deal? Just wondering. Just asking for a friend.
Only former Sabre, maybe a guy they should have traded to, but he still has term, doesn't he? Jake McCabe, he's 3 goals, 16 assists. Like, is he a guy they probably
He
should
would
have
have been
traded
good,
to?
but I don't think they should. Like he would.
Yeah.
I feel like I would have been willing to give up a decent amount for him, but no.
Yeah. I don't
I
know.
don't know. That Brandon Carlo guy went for like a first and a good young roster player last year. Maybe they should have looked to move him.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing over there. But my key to this game, shut down Nylander. That's about it. I mean, it's kind of
Not even throwing Matthews' name in there. Wow.
not
Interesting.
really. I mean, I don't know. This team's kind of in free fall. It's kind of just like this week is honestly like if you want to win the division and maybe win the conference, like this is a week you have to take care of business. Might be the easiest week the rest of the year. So this is just one. You just kind of got to take care of business with some of these teams. And the other key of the game I had for this was this could get Berube fired. Like he's a ticking time bomb
I don't
at
know.
this point.
I think. I mean, I guess if the streak gets to like, man, we might. What are the Leafs at?
We
in
would
terms
be
of
the
losing
10th.
streak.
They're on a 7-game losing streak.
Are we gonna go 10th win for 10th loss? Is that what's gonna be on the line?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that could be. So, I don't know. But so yeah, that's this week. Tuesday at 7 against San Jose, Thursday at 7 against Washington, and Saturday at 7 against Toronto. And this is not for the weekly preview, but Joel and I have tickets Saturday. We still have not had the goddamn Tage Parm. We are
I
having it
walked
Saturday.
past it tonight. It's got to be the three of us, though. I feel like that's got to be a group activity.
Missing out. I already had it. You know me, man. You know me. I get my food.
We only have a few tickets left. We're getting it. Like,
Well, then we'll buy tickets. Let's go to the next. I don't know. We'll
there's
go
not
to
that
a
many
game.
games left.
Let's go Saturday. Let's go
We
to the Leafs
need
game.
to do it. We need.
Let's
I
buy
need
tickets for
to have
There's
the
not going to
Tage
be.
Parm.
There's no way tickets are going to be that high Saturday. I feel like 0 Toronto fans are about to show up.
I don't know about that. I feel like a lot of them kind of buy their tickets well in advance. I bet you there's still a good Toronto
It's going to be
turnout.
reversed. Now they're going to be selling their tickets to Buffalo fans.
Let me check right
Market
now.
value on that.
Make their money back.
ESPN has ticket prices on their schedules. Yeah, it's still like $100.
God damn it! Grow
Like
up.
Washington's 38, San
I feel like
Jose's
you're
48.
not gonna find a cheap Sabres ticket these days, though.
Toronto's
It's a
100.
Saturday game, so that's actually I might be underselling most Leafs games if they were good. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Maybe we'll do it Saturday. Is that everything? Is that the entire week?
Yeah, that is it.
All right. Thank you as always. As we cross into the new day. Man, oh man. What a team. What a season.
It's not over
I
yet.
don't think there's any other regular season game in the history that I'd rewatch. But I think this game will have to be rewatched
This is like,
for
yeah,
a long
this is
time.
a start
Yeah.
to finish game
Yeah.
that like the NHL will pull out of its archive in like 20
Yeah, if-
years, and it'll get like
They'll
2
throw it on
movies
NHL
YouTube.
Network at one point, just randomly.
If you're listening to this and fortunately you couldn't catch the game, shit going on sometimes. We can't catch all the games. This is the one game I would ever recommend. Like, just watch it. Even if you know what's going to happen, like, it's incredible.
And it's always like, you see people like on Bill's Twitter, they'll be like, "Oh, they're airing the Baltimore comeback right now on NFL Network." In case you wanted to know, that's
Yeah.
what this game is.
Mm-hmm. Like,
Nuts.
people from all around the league are saying this is game of the year. They're like, gotta catch this one.
It's not even
Like,
close. I mean,
yeah,
Not even
it's-
close.
not even close. Game of the last however many years.
Rewatch it. Watch it. Talk about it. This game will be talked about for the rest of our lives. We will talk about this game.
That was somebody's first Sabres game. That is
Mm-hmm.
crazy to think about.
Yeah.
Probably
are
more than
hooked.
one person. All right. Any closing thoughts before we get a log off here?
Yeah, I mean,
Keep
the Bills made a
your
bunch of moves. Like,
Stop.
Sheen,
Shut
keep
the
Get that
going.
off
fuck.
here. Get that off
Shut
here.
up.
Keep your foot on the gas. Keep it
Let's
on the gas.
go for 11.
You could-
Let's
hey,
do it. Let's break it.
I don't want to sound insane here, but by like 2 weeks from now, they could hit 100 points if they just keep winning.
It's not like it actually is crazy. Somebody was like, "Oh, if they want to keep on pace with the 016, they still have to go like 14-5 till the end of the year, which is nuts." Or that was before tonight, which is kind of crazy. Like, lets you know how nuts that team was. But they could do it. I mean, they're still at like an 800 winning percentage since December. It's I don't know, man. I genuinely do not know. This is a moment in history. It is.
Keep going, and you might win the division. You might even win the conference. It's unbelievable to think. When St. Louis was like last, and they ended up winning the cup. I don't want to compare like the whole seasons, but where were they? Because they were last in their conference, right? And then
they did hit last place in the NHL. They did. I don't think their record was horrible. I think, like we were like 11-14-4, obviously. I think they were like 11-16 and something. But they were last in the NHL. And then they tore it on. I don't think they tore it on to this degree, though. I think because I remember they walked into Winnipeg for game 1 of the playoffs. They were an underdog.
Okay.
So this is maybe a more remarkable turnaround. Now, St. Louis won the cup, so bit of an asterisk there, but in terms of the regular season accomplishments, we're getting close to surpassing it.
Special things are happening. Just enjoy the ride, because you don't get these every season. You really don't.
Special teams, special players, whatever that saying is from.
I'm waiting. From what? I'm waiting.
Is that sketch? Is that sketch?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought of Speed. I was like, no, that's not Speed. That was someone else.
Alrighty then. Well,
I think that's the longest we'll ever talk about one game.
About till game 1 of the playoffs, probably.
An hour and 10 minutes.
I have a feeling we'll go pretty deep on some playoff games. Longest regular season one though, genuinely.
Yeah.
By far.
That is a game that will maybe have a book written about it someday. It's not ridiculous. There might be a Beyond Blue and Gold about it someday.
Yeah, or when there's an episode or a book written about this whole season, like that will be the only game that gets its own chapter or something like that. Like 100%. Especially if they keep going.
I hope Terry was watching and not in the war room with Bean as he traded Taron Johnson for a 6th round pick. All right. I think we've gone on long enough. I could keep going, but I think we've it's been a lot of talking this week. A lot has happened. This has been one of the craziest weeks in recent memory. Despite the fact they only added depth at the deadline, think about what happened at like 2:00 on Tuesday. Then that night, Jack came back to town, and then Thursday, I guess dating back to last Saturday, you were in Tampa and throttled the division leader then and got Vasilevsky pulled, and then Tuesday happens, and then Thursday you're on national television and dominating, and then the trade deadline happens, and then this. What a fucking week. God damn it, do I love the Buffalo Sabres.
That's right.
On that note, though, thank you very much for listening. Would like to take this moment to thank all of our patrons. If you want to become a member over at patreon.com/The Sabre Report, you get access to bonus overtime episodes and even a bonus after hours podcast. And we'll actually be doing a live stream in a few weeks for our patrons, the Bruins game coming up soon. So that should be fun. I want to thank all of our core tier level patrons and our premium tier level patrons. Derek Bistricki, Nick Santos, Tajin Slug, Grant Budney, Zach Benson, and Nathan Little. Could not do this without your support, and we thank you very much. On that note, if you want to follow us on Twitter, you can follow us at the Sabre Report. Also on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube at the Sabre Report. Christian, thank you for letting us go viral on Facebook. We reposted your tweet on there, and it blew up.
I don't have Facebook. How
I was
far did
looking.
it blow up?
It was like we don't have a lot of followers yet. I haven't like put my all into it. I've just been like, whatever I post on Instagram, I post on Facebook, and like the tweet that we reposted of yours got like 1,000 likes, and now we've kind of been killing it. We've like doubled our followers in like 2 days, so things are happening on TSR Facebook.
All right.
If you listen to this on YouTube, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Tell us what you thought down in the comments. Tell us about what your experience was with this game. Were you there? Tell us your story. Tell us, even if you were watching at home, is that the craziest game in franchise history? Let us know. We always read them. Go give our friends over at the Buffalo Sports Talk podcast a listen. I hope they'll be talking some Sabres. I hope. I think we've earned it. I think we've earned a discussion with them. I know they talked a little bit about it last episode, but maybe they'll open an episode with the Sabres. Maybe. Possibly.
We've opened episodes with the Bills. We have.
That's true.
So they need to return the favor.
There has been a lot of Bills moves, though, to talk about, to be fair.
Whatever. They do great stuff, and like JP said, I think the tampering period's coming up. We got free agency.
Monday. It's literally tomorrow. Tampering starts tomorrow.
All right, tampering starts tomorrow. Free agency's Wednesday. Draft's coming up in about a month and a half. So they do great stuff in the lead up to all of that. Their coverage is awesome. Go give them a listen and a follow on social media. On that note, any last words?
Go Sabres.
Go Sabres.
Go Sabres.
Warpath.